What's going on, people? Hope y'all doing fantastic. I got a couple things to talk about, but before I get there, check out DAT load board. I'll put the links down below. You'll get 30 days free. First link will be for DAT Trucker's Edge. It's, I don't know, I think it's like 30 some dollars a month. And then there's another link for the DAT Power. That's the version that I use. Totally different features, more features than the lesser one. Check it out, 30 days free. This is only for newer people that haven't subscribed to this before. So go ahead and check that out. What I want to talk about is the current freight market. Now, it may appear that we're approaching 2018, like we're approaching like the freight market was in 2018. That may or may not be so, but as of right now, it's not. If you look at the charts, you like the freight index and all these and stuff like that, and you compare the charts from year to year with the amount of shipments and everything and the amount of ordering and stuff like that, nowhere close to 2018. It only appears that way. So when you hear somebody say this, oh man, freight is on fire, man. It's 2018 again, man. Let's go out and buy trucks and trailers. And I wouldn't do that. I don't believe the hype. Look at the charts. What's happening is, I'll tell you a story. True story. This is a localized story that you can use nationally. Okay. Back when the COVID-19 initially got up and running and started, we were hauling mulch. The local carriers that some of us that supply these stores, Home Depot and Lowe's. We were supplying the stores, and what happened was this thing hit, and then only non-essential businesses were allowed to, operate. So a lot of places got shut down, which is no secret. Everybody knows this in most states. So we're hauling mulch into these stores because that's what they ordered. We're hauling mulch into these stores, but because people were laid off, weren't going to work, laid off, whatever, they weren't making an income. So the product was sitting there. It wasn't moving. So we're like, we're just taking it day by day. Okay, we got some orders today. Nope. Then a little bit of move. Okay, a couple more orders come in. And at one point, it just like, where'd it go? It stopped. And I was asking the stores, like, people aren't buying it. So, and you can see it. You can see products stacked up for days, mulch, fertilizer, and so on and so forth. It just wasn't moving. Nowhere to put it. Guys at the store and girls at the store, they're getting mad. They're like, oh, great, more mulch, right? So, it was funny. It wasn't funny at the time, but it's funny now. And it wasn't no place to put it. So, and this was right at the time where the other freight just took a nosedive, where it made national news, and they got the group of truckers, we need transparency from the brokers because we know that the shippers are still paying. And then the brokers, is gouging the truck drivers, and that was through that whole fiasco. Well, why aren't y'all talking about that now? Because we want an honest day's pay for an honest day's work. That's all we're asking. At least that's what the initial complaint was. That's all it was. So now people are getting an honest day's pay for an honest day's work. Some markets, some markets may vary from different location, whatever. So what happened was with the mulch. So people got stimulated. They started getting these stimulus checks. So once they started getting these stimulus checks, they started going into the stores and buying this, these garden products and mulch, fertilizer and soil and so on and so forth. So products was able to rotate. Product was able to move. People were buying this stuff. So now once, that product cleared out, now the mulch orders came back in, or the garden supply product, the garden supply orders come back in. So now we're back running the stores. And at one point it's like you're running back and forth. And I'll just say this: while everything was shut down, it was nice. It was very pleasant. I'm talking about 60 miles an hour one way, get loaded, get unloaded, 60 miles an hour back the other way. And those of you that run in the area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And we were doing, I can't speak for everybody else. We were doing 2 full loads, going back and getting, you know, a preload for the morning. So can't do that now. Now you'll be you'll be fortunate if you get two, and that will still take most of the day. You know, with traffic and everything, people coming out tying up the roads. But you know, that's now. Listen to what I just said. You had product. Nobody was working. Now all of a sudden they stimulated the economy. People were buying, right? So that helped us out on the transportation side. The same thing is going on nationally. That's what's happening with the rates. And I'm going to throw some other stuff in there with that. So now people are buying, the stores, the DCs are buying this product because they're trying to move the product out because people have money. Where are they getting the money from, brother man? Oh, I'm glad that you asked. Well, there's 28 some people out of 28 million some people on unemployment, out of work, right? That's at least that's the numbers that they tell us. Well, how many of those 28 million people aren't paying their mortgage? Oh, snap. I never think about that. So, oh yeah, the housing market is getting ready to go. So these people that are probably out of work are not paying their mortgage. So, but there's like, well, okay, I got this $1,500, $200,000 mortgage payment, or I need to eat. Which one am I going to do? I think I'm going to eat and let the mortgage go because they're not foreclosing on anybody right now. You see where I'm going with this? So even though the economy looks like a V-shaped recovery that they're saying, I don't think so. You got commercial real estate, get ready to go pop. Companies, you know, some of these companies, done for, claiming bankruptcy, we're done. So all this stuff is coming to effect, you know, and the shippers that have, you know, the stores and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure that they have their whole team, their whole research team, their, what do they call that? Crisis management team. I'm sure they're all on it. We got to do this before this happens. We got to get this product out so we can make a profit because once this thing is done, it is over with. So that's what's happening right now. Maybe. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a truck driver, you know, just a truck driver. Don't know nothing. So I would hold off. This is post COVID-19. So all that other stuff that worked before, it ain't working now. And I'm not going to say that phrase that they're talking about. This is the new, I ain't even going to say all that. But all that other stuff that worked before, I wouldn't do that. See this box right here? This is a big box of toilet paper that I got from the restaurant store. Just to put in storage somewhere. Just in case they shut this thing down. I think they're still going to shut it down. They're just propping it up because they ain't ready to pull the plug yet. Just my opinion. That's all. We'll see you. Don't be buying them new trucks. Those lease trucks.